Morning everybody, and once again welcome to and welcome back in today's class. We are going to be complete a 1 week today, 5 days which are going to be complete today. Okay, just to be recap that in the last 5 days we see a lot of things. Service now capabilities, discuss about HRSD. Then yesterday we discussed about the problem HR facing, work they are doing, I as an employee, why I need HRSD, and then finally we move it. Okay. Now today again we're not going to be dive in the service now, means in the instance, because little bit introduction is still pending, and Monday possibly we'll start on the service now perspective as well. Okay. This is a important part here. Now the question come, because when I was doing my training for HRSD, I was thinking that how I should start this particular topic. I tried, I think, a little bit on this particular part, but did not get any concrete answer that how to pick up this particular part. Okay, so I'll come back here now. This is whole HRSD product complete. Okay, but now every company has its budget. Every company has its limitations, usage, use cases as well. Okay. Also, one thing which is important, that when we get our instance, HRSD is not coming out of the box. It means we have to be install the plugins. Plugins are a key in ServiceNow ecosystem. I don't want, or I was listening a song on the speaker, phone speaker, and my wife say, hey, kids are studying, can you put some headphones? It means I can plug in something in my headset and the voice should become on a dedicated place. So whenever we purchase, whenever procure ServiceNow instance, and as per the need, we have to be install the plugins. The plugins can be available, the plugins available in ITSM as well, ITOM, GRC, SecOps, in every area plugins are available. So before we start, or not before, in this ecosystem, in HRSD ecosystem, we have to be installed different plugins. So what I can say, it will be look like this. One, on the broader level. Okay. Total 6 different applications are part of HRSD module. Different 5 or 6 different applications. If I say what you include in the ITSM, generally everybody say incident, change, problem, request, and knowledge. Do you know that these are pre-installed, but these are coming from the plugins only? Do you have this idea? That we are, when you're getting the instance, we are getting these pre-installed, but these are nothing, but these are also plugins only. Log into your PDA and go to the plugin section and check incident management plugin, change management plugin, problem management plugin. So it means it look like when we get a new phone. Again, in the earlier days, when you purchase a new phone, nothing was installed in that phone other than contact list, SMS, or few basics apps were there. And then as per your need, if you want to go to install TikTok or Instagram or WhatsApp or LinkedIn or XYZ softwares or application you can do. What you do, you go to the Play Store and you download it and you install it. Same thing is applicable here as well. Same thing. ServiceNow also have its own store. Yes, ServiceNow has its own store. Now the point come, Atul, if they have a store and like we have a Apple store, we have a Android or the Google Play store, who build the application there? ServiceNow partner and the customer build the application and then they put it there. Let me show you something on this particular part here because this is important. Oh, wow, nice. I'm on the same page. Let me log in. This is my PDI. OK. So a dedicated place that is called the plugins. So I was checking something yesterday and then sleep and the laptop was. So if you click here, request plugin, you are redirecting to the store. I cannot log in because personal emails are not allowed. Only this thing. Client or official email IDs are allowed here. OK. But sorry, open store, this one, not this one. That is a request plugin. This one. So this is ServiceNow store. Companies where we work, like Infosys, Accenture, KPMG, Deloitte, Wipro, Cognizant, Capgemini, these companies build the small app and put their apps in the ServiceNow store. Definitely ServiceNow has a process, it gets certified, has some standard need to follow, everything will be there. That is not the part of this one. So in the same manner, the purpose of telling you that we have to be install the plugins now to get the HRSD module activated. But how many plugins are there or how many we are going to be used? We have total 6 categories here. The first one, the basic which every company need if they want to be implement ServiceNow. HR, case and knowledge management. Means if you want to use the ServiceNow HRSD module, this is the basic one. Without this, you cannot proceed further. If someone says, I want to be used the incident management, but it means you have to be at least minimum, you have to be install the incident management product module. After that, it depends you want to be use the major incident or not. That's a different case, but minimum is this. So generally what happens that if any company, any organization, any customer want to implement HRSD, they start with this basics only. It includes a lot of things. It includes things like how I can log a case. So यहाँ पर incident नहीं है. There is no incident concept. There is a concept called the case. Case log होगा, case पे काम होगा, case assign होगा, case close होगा. ठीक है? क्योंकि the definition of incident is something break. But in the HRSD, nothing is breaking. You're looking for some information. And it's not a complaint as well. Sometimes it's a complaint, but complaint is a little different. So they combine everything and say, OK, for the employees, this is a case. Number one part. Number two, yesterday, like Harshal asked, Atul sir, which plugins need to be do? So these things which we are going to put it here have different plugins. And plugins have a multiple plugins as well. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ एक plugin क्या काम हो जाए, no. For everything you have to do the plugins. Another thing, these plugins can be paid. I'm putting the word can in or may in the brackets Because if you search anything about licensing, if you search anything about the cost, how much this product cost me on the Google, you will not find a single line. You will not find the amount, because this is a NDA has been signed when we procure the ServiceNow instance, that how much they're going to be charged it per user, per don't take the photos, leave it, per user, per module, subscription, multiple models ServiceNow provide. Even I don't know till now that how much it costs for the ITSM license, because it came to me only when the pre-sales and the sales has been done. I never ever involved in license costing, but yes, I can tell that this thing can be cost you. Go ahead, Anish.
Sir, basically they don't charge for ITSM separately, what I've seen.
No,
Uh,
no, um,
what
just
it is based on user licenses, sir.
no, no, no.
Bas-
Anish, let me clear you here something. What you see is might be just for the your customer, but it is not. You cannot generalize it, because this information never come out. Like you as a service provider has an NDA in the same place, customer also have an NDA with the service now. And again, I'm saying it depends on the multiple things, Anish. So what I heard, because sometime we go for the workshop and the previous in a lot of discussion, someone said that it depends how many license you're buying. Anish came to me and say, give me 2 kg tomato. I say it will charge 100 rupees per kg. And Shruti came and say, give me 20 kg tomato. I may charge 15 rupees as well. No, I need more stuff as well. So it depends that what you are buying from service now, which model you are getting it. So a lot of factors in the background. It can be user based, it can be product based, it can be different subscription models as well. And again, what type of customer you are. Multiple things are matter here, Anish. So costing will never be a constant thing. It's always have a multiple factors. Okay, that is we never discuss. If you see in my any of the previous videos, we never discuss about the costing part. Even yesterday, ServiceNow released Yokohama on the PDI. It's still not available in the PDI. And before that TechNow webinar started, it was very clearly said that no discussion about the licensing and the costing. But the information which we are discussing is just for the experience basis. Definitely yes, HRSD is paid one. You have to pay, the customer has to pay for it. Now it depends per user license, per case wise, per subscription model, per module model, it depends. So these discussions happen when the sales end, and so the sales discussion has been going on. Okay, so we'll keep this costing part aside. So this is the first one. Now in this HR case as well, multiple applications are there. Multiple. Okay, like you can keep track of your benefits. You can do the reimbursement part. So we'll go a little bit more deeper in the after few minutes. Now next part. ये तो हो गया HR का. That how a case or cases can be logged now. How I as a user can log a case, I need a portal. ECS portal. And now it is called the Pro as well. ECS Pro. Employee Service Center Pro means more benefited system. Do you know that ITSM is there and ITSM Pro is also there? In Pro, you will get few more things and which is can be without license you can work, or license is not, costing is not required there. So again, multiple things like iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. The difference is the screen. People need a wider screen, they go for the Pro Max. Normal screen, they go for a simple one. Okay, so this is the second one, that how a user can use it. They can see the catalog items here. They can log a request, not request. चलो request की बात करते हैं, ठीक है? And a manager can be used this particular hub to see where he or she stand, means his team and everything. ठीक है? Now, yesterday someone says, when I asked that what the work done by the HR, Atul, appraisals, promotions, kind of things. And Anish, what you shared with me is the same thing. That concept is called the journey. Employee journey management. If you join a new company, you have to do some trainings, basic trainings. Then after 2 months, 3 months, you get some mandatory trainings as well. Like security is one. Then this thing, bribe and other this, what we can say, ethical trainings are the second one. So how to track this particular thing? So ServiceNow give next concept, next application. These are the applications. HRSD is the product, and these are the different application in that. So journey management. यहाँ पर जो दो concept use होते हैं, that is called the listening and learning port. Sorry, listening post. To know about your employee, track their performance, track their training perspective mainly, I can say. And again, to get this, we have a plugin. Now the thing come, like you take example, like say Anish and Rich is running its own company. Employee strength is 500. Anita and Shruti says, hey guys, do you want to implement ServiceNow HRSD? They says, yes, we want to be do. They both, the ladies discuss with gentlemen. And Anish says, hey, I don't want anything else other than HR case. Anita says, why you don't want portal? Portal, we can still manage it here. We can work because 100, 200 people are there. So we can manage on the email. Or I want simple out of the box portal, which is coming, not the pro one. Okay, then Anita says, how you're managing your trainings, your employee training? We have just one training assigned for each fresher, for each new joiner, and we're tracking have a Excel sheet. It means they don't need this thing as of now. But application are given by ServiceNow if you want to track, because you can take companies like Accenture, Deloitte, KPMG, Infosys. Lakh and lakh people are working. It is not easy to track everything on the Excel sheet. So these big companies get this one, journey management. You can define the proper journey for an employee. So now one thing you have to be remembered now, the questions which should be come in your mind is from this perspective that agar main hu, if I am an employee, I need to do this thing. If I am a manager, might be Hima Bindu says, Atul sir, I'm a manager in my company. 12 people reporting to me. It means she need to be take care 12 different resources. Do you have something for me? Definitely we have. Manager hub is there. Okay, so this is the third one. Now the fourth. Because yesterday, 2 days before, you see that HRSD, ServiceNow HRSD cannot work or need support from other process tools as well. Like for the payment or salary processing, it's ADP. For training, it's a success factor. So ServiceNow say I'm giving you the integration module as well, integration application as well. HR integrations, where you can integrate with the third-party tools. Depend, you want to be used, not want to be used, up to you. So in this, ServiceNow provide some pre-built, and we call this concept as a SPOK, S-P-O-K-E, SPOK. Someone say API, someone say kind of things, but standard practice, it's a SPOK. You have to be just put the addresses and connect. So you can get this product or this application installed. Definitely, we need a separate what I can say plugins for this, and then you can connect it. But it doesn't mean that it's just a plain plug. No. After doing this installation, you have to be set up the things that you want, bidirectional integration or one directional integration, what information you want, everything we have to be do. Then, as we say that HR is the department which provided services to everybody, and leadership also interested in the HR domain to see the progress, retention, learning curves, bench strength, billability strength kind of things they have to do. So in this one, we are getting the dashboards and we call it as a HR analytics. Where all kind of reportings, dashboards. So when you install this, you're getting some out of the box KPIs, dashboards, reports, which is given by service now, because service now know that these are the minimum reports need to be used by everybody. But we as a human being are so sometimes become so greedy. No, we don't want to use out of the box. We want to build our own reports. Then fine, we can do, but service now provide out of the box something here. Last, when you onboard, we have to submit our documentation. And in the HRSD, the concept is they're called the HR document management. Where the NDAs which you sign when you're joining a company, the bills you are submitting, it has to be maintained somewhere, right? It has some policy, retention policy or archive policies kind of things. So these things are there. Till this point, any doubt, anybody? Go ahead and put it.
Sir, if we go on the, the slide, yeah, the second column, the first row is ESC Pro.
ECS Pro. Sorry, it should be ECS, employee service center. Sorry, it's ESC. Go ahead.
So, so this is the plugin, right? Catalog item request and managing.
No. This is the name, and under that you will get these options, these facilities, these modules. Okay. When we install the plugin, then we get it.
So what catalog item we will get, sir? Just missing it.
Okay. We work on the ITSM, right? When you get the service portal, what catalog items we get it?
By default,
laptop, desktop, yes, mobile phone, or record producer, order guide kind of things.
Yes.
In the same manner, when we get this ECS portal, then we get these things like raise a request for the medical benefits, policies. Okay. So you are getting the catalog items perspective from the HR now. Okay. That is the reason to understand HRSD, the ITSM is not required a base here. But for CSM, we have definitely, yes, you need ITSM to be understand first. Because here we're not going to be discuss anything about laptop or the computer or the desktop. We're going to be discuss about the benefits, policies, termination, journeys, appraisals, reimbursement, allowances, leave, time. We're going to discuss these things here. So those few catalogs provided by ServiceNow. So if you want to see, let me show you something here. Because we don't activate the HRSD as of now. So you cannot see as of now, it's showing the technology only, right? Yesterday I saw. So it's also technology services. But as soon as we activate the HRSD module, this basics only, these two, we can see a lot of things there.
Request management manager is like
Catches?
there is another one, sir. Request manager you have mentioned.
Request
In,
management.
in catalog, go back to the slide where you were right.
This one.
Yeah.
This one. No. It's a request. It is a catalog item. You can submit the request. It's a manager hub. So these are the means multiple functionality you'll be getting it. These are just examples I'm putting it. So when we activate these what I can say these plugins, then you can get a lot items. These are just an overview I'm giving you to understand that okay, how big the HRSD, because the reason is because when we do the ITSM, we know only incident, change, problem, request and knowledge, and that is come as a pre-installed. So we don't know that what they're giving to us. But here nothing is coming as a pre-installed. You have to be install everything. Okay. Now the thing come HRSD application. Sorry, HRSD is a product kind of product चलिए मान लेते product तो नहीं इसको actually application कहते हैं एक तरह से. It is a scoped application. What do you mean by the word scope? Anybody who know ITSM? What is the scoped application here?
Which is not global and it is specific to some people. Like
It's not global but specific to some. But Chaitanya, what is the purpose of making any application as a scoped application?
since it is a very secure application, so we should not get the access to everyone.
Okay.
So we are making this like corporate is like private.
Okay. Anybody else? Salma, Harshal, Anita, you are the old champs here from the previous batches. Is Arunima, anything what you say? Yes, Harshal, go ahead.
Scoped is like it is within itself only. It is not accessible to other.
ठीक है, very good. Good. Khalida. Prashant. Rashmi, welcome back.
So basically, changes made in that doesn't get affected globally, and
But क्यों बनाते हैं? हम स्कोप ही क्यों बनाते हैं? फिर तो ITSM चेंज प्रॉब्लम में भी स्कोप में होना चाहिए क्यों ग्लोबल में है? Why these are in the global?
Atul,
to make it
just
isolated for particular group.
This can be ठीक है, चलो मान लेते हैं. Yes, Rashmi, go ahead.
No, that is what I have to say. Just to make it isolated from the other applications, so it can be useful to particular group of people.
ठीक है जी. What do you think, Zainab and Vardhani? You know, after a long time in my batch, I got almost 40% female participant this time. Earlier, otherwise it's out of 10, it's 1 or 2 max. But this time I'm really happy that you guys come forward to be learn and to be grow as well. Good. So right answer, Rashmi and Runima and Chaitanya, that scoped means that. So earlier what happened? We are living in the joint family. Definitely a lot of benefits. Okay. Kids get grown up with support of other family members. Then this concept has been broken up. So that was the global scope. Everybody access to anybody's place. Sit together, have a dinner, lunch together in happiness, sadness, everybody with each other. But now we are living in the nuclear families. And that nuclear also become more nuclear, that everybody need its own private room in the house so that nobody can access it without his or her permission. Still, we are lucky that at least we are coming from a family background where our kids respect us as a parent. We are allowed to go in their room at any point of time. Definitely we have to be knock, but we can go and do the things in their room. But might be some cases where kids don't allow their parents to come in their room. This is called the scoped application. If you allow anybody, only then he or she can enter. The first concept, this application is totally independent of any other application now. If you make a change in this particular application, it will not impact any other application. If a kid is making a change in his own bedroom by moving the bed from left to right or right to center, middle or something, it will not impact any other room. That is the scoped application. So in this, if you see, these 6 are scoped application in itself. ये अलग scope है, ये अलग scope है, ये अलग scope है, अलग है, ये अलग है, ये अलग है. But together they work. So different rooms in a house, but together it's called a house. That is called the scoped application. And the point which you pick up, I guess it was put by Chaitanya, that even though if you are having the if you are having the admin rights in your instance, still there are few modules of HRSD which you cannot access until unless you have given explicitly rights for the same. Right means I'm talking about the role here. And license is all about the role. What license you have, what role you have. This is what the concept work here. Okay, so this is the first thing that we have to understand, that it is a scoped application. So if you make any change here, it will not impact anything on the other applications or other modules. Yes, we can say, Rich, it is a authorization boundary. Okay, we can say it's authorization boundary, but more about the authorization, it is mainly kind of independent to anything else. Incident change problem are global scope. Anybody come, anybody can do any changes. But in this Yokohama release service now updated that as well. They are putting the denied ACL now to make it more secure. Okay, so this is what the concept would be clear. It's not a global application, it's a scoped application. It means whenever we use the HRSD, this globe will be have a red color. And if you want to see, you can go and you can see the application scoping, because I did not install anything else as of now. Sorry, this one. These are the scope. There are few things in change management as well have a scoped application. Change approval, change care workbench. These are scoped application. So when we install our HRSD, we are able to see this thing, and you will start getting a message whenever you want to make any file change, anything in HRSD file. If you're not in the right, I'll not say scope. Sorry, I'll not say the domain scope. Then you'll get a message. You're not in the right scope. Please change the scope to make a changes. And it is true. Admin also don't have everything, every right in the HRSD module. Same for the CSM as well. When I was giving the CSM training, same concept come there as well. That even though you are admin of your module, sorry, your platform, still you cannot access every module in CSM without having the proper role for that particular module. Clear everybody till this point? Hey, Bolo, it's Friday today. You can speak. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
I got it.
Thank you. Now, to proceed further a little bit more, every module, every product in ServiceNow has the two basic things, mainly, or I can say three basic things. For that, I'll come here. Number one, it has a table. Number two, it has a user, or I can say, chalo, user, group, and role. And number three is property. Every application, every module in ServiceNow. Now, I'll not say that module is the very wide, shorter term. Application is the right word, or product has these three things. Table, that what are the tables it used to build up. Then what group a user need to be create to work on these particular modules. And what are the properties here for that particular stuff. So these are the three basics. And in this training, we are going to be discuss these things as well. That what table, how this table has been extended. See, don't consider that in the upcoming days, I'm going to be demo that how you can log a case. We're going to be discuss when a case has been logged, how it's work in the background. What configuration, what role, what property, what table need to be worked out to see. So that we can understand. So it is not the end user trainings. It is the implementation training because this is what the customer asks to you. What roles are required to access a case? What roles are required to access the portal? What roles are required to access the manager hub? What roles are required to be access the your journey or listening post? Multiple roles because now everything here is divided. So for every module, sorry, every application here has its own table, has its own, what I can say, role, groups, and has its own property. ठीक है, ये सिर्फ ओवरव्यू है अभी डीप में हम चलेंगे इसके आगे. And now what we say in HR as well, there are two or three things are there. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा इसको डिस्कस करते हैं, then we'll go for the little bit on the separate application level. ठीक है, एक होता है HR admin. Now I'm sure because none of us is working in the HR domain. Earlier in one of my trainings, someone was from this B2B and B2C sales background. So he know a lot of things about this, that how things work in the ground level. But in this batch, there's nobody from the HR. Okay, so there's a one thing called HR admin. I'm talking about the ServiceNow perspective now. Okay. Then there is a HR who are responsible for the events, employee event, not for the Fun Friday events. We call it the live events. Like onboarding, offboarding, terminations, appraisals, kind of things. एक हूं मैं, employee. Then we have another role in the scope. Who is maintaining my ECS portal? ECS admin, who has a complete rights to make anything in this particular stuff. And then go ahead. Good.
I have seen like sir in ITSM module itself, when I was searching for portals, what are the portals available? So I found the ESC portal already available.
Yes, this is coming as a default now. Even that, see, otherwise, agar nahi hota, Anish, you cannot see this here.
Yes.
This is what, when ServiceNow introduce something which can be benefited for the other cross modules as well, cross products as well, then they start giving us out of the box. Yesterday in the Tech Now webinar, it has been announced the ServiceNow Studio and the Creator Studio are coming as the default in the PDIs now. It means earlier you had to be installed the plugin, but now no need to be installed the plugin. It will be auto installed because they want people to be use it. That is why I'm saying that ECS portal doesn't mean that only used by the HR. ECS portal can be used by the IT people as well, so that service portal ka usage kam ho and they can move to the latest technology. So ECS portal is the default now, but if you want to go ahead for the pro, you have to be installed. Also in this ECS, you don't have anything about the HR now because we don't have a HR core plugins has been installed, which can be integrated here. Once I install that HR, you can say, wow, now it's look benefited to me. IT, HR, risk, compliance, everything in a single place. You can see.
So sir, can it be possible like for users, because there are different type of users using different type of services, like maybe restrictions can we make to the users access?
Restrictions अपने आप होंगे ना.
But every service will be visible on ESC if we consider.
See, service to visible hogi, but are you able to access or not? That's the role defined. वो तो SP portal में भी होता है. Are you able to see all the each and every catalog item? नहीं. It depends on your role. If you have a role, you can see. I'm not a manager. I will not able to see a catalog item to raise a leave on behalf of my junior. But if Anish is a manager in the system, he can see that module or he can see that catalog item. So restrictions to रहेंगे Anish. Fundamental in the background, fundamental will be same. Available for will be same. The interface will be get changed here, that how to use it. थोड़ा सा रुको, एक दो दिन रुको जरा. Might be just for the Monday when we install that HRSD, you can see this part here as well. Then you get a little bit more comfortable that because now you're comparing the two things. And my intention is that don't compare. Move to the next one, the fresh one. I was giving example yesterday, right? I got MacBook from my office this time. And from the last, I can say 15 years in the industry, more than that, I never used MacBook. Day one, I was so much I struggle. I thought, let me not use this MacBook here. Better I will use my personal laptop. I have a good hands-on on that particular part. But then I think, if I will not use, then how I will learn? Might be day 2, day 3, day 4, I have problems. But day 10, there will be no problem. And now I am more comfortable on that MacBook instead of this thing. I want to be used that quick, easy, crisp. Definitely still struggling that how to use in a good manner. But learning it. So in the same manner, if you compare, you will not move forward. Don't compare. When this has been given, let's start using it. Might be in the upcoming batches of my CSA batches, I will not discuss anything about the SP portal. I'll just discuss about the ECS portal. In the batch 2, 3, 4, or 5, I always discuss the workflow. But now I reduce that concept and I discuss only flows because this is what the latest is there. So once we install that plugin, you will see the things here. Then we go in the background that how it's look like. What restrictions are there? Who can see this catalog item? Who cannot see the catalog item? Background concept is still same, Anish. Only the front end has been changed here. ठीक है जी? Okay. Now, what do you mean by the word case here? What do you mean by the word case here?
Maybe request.
नहीं रिक्वेस्ट तो अलग है, रिक्वेस्ट मत करो फिर नहीं.
Is issue?
Issue we can say yes. Issue,
you can consider
concern
as a
we can say, complaint we can say, need information we can say, but not a incident. Okay. So it means case is a medium which a user use to make something, to get the information, to get some input, to get some output on that particular part. So like in ITSM, we have a incident. Here we have a case. A user can log a case via this portal. It will go and assign to the HR. And that come under this particular scope, HR case and knowledge management. Now, as we discuss, there are multiple roles in HR. If I say out of 27, 5 are working in the talent team, 2 are working in the payroll, 2 are working in the journey management, 2 are working in the appraisals life cycles domain, 2 are working in the compensations, 2 are only working in the reimbursement. Means if a niche log a case, it should go to the right HR department, not to the everybody, because what is important here, the sensitivity of the information. Your in HR informations are so sensitive. Are you able to put your salary information in any of the case, any of the incident? Never. So what we do, sometimes disparity in this salary slip. So we do log a case, and that case only and only go to a dedicated HR department who can work on the compensation cases. So it was a myth that HR know everything. No, not every HR know everything. No. In the big companies, that is a true. Might be the small company, less people, 2 or 3 or 4 HRs, so they know everything for everybody. But in a big company, it's not the case. So in this particular scoping part, the next thing come is the auto case assignment. What type of case you are logging it? What type of services you are logging it? Are you logging for the compensation? Are you logging for the medical benefit? Are you logging for the fees, tuition reimbursement? Are you logging for the leave plan? Are you logging for the traveling mobility kind of things, kind of stuff? Different type of cases are here. And it is not the different type of cases. These are the different type of services given by the HR. There is a concept called the COE, which we discuss now, Miss Monday, Tuesday, because it is important to be, so might be you're getting a little confused, but in the next few days, when you can see these things in the visual perspective in the service now, then things will be clear. So these are the small dots I am putting in your mind. And in upcoming days, we will connect these dots. And that is why I said in my training, the people or the participant who joined from the day 1, they understand the next day concept very clearly because they know that from which perspective I'm putting an example. So like almost people are here from the day one. So you know that if I say some example from which particular day concept I'm picking up that so that you can link it. So now same thing is happening here. So these are the dots I'm putting, and in upcoming days when we install the plugins, these dots will be get connected. Okay, so case can be logged, and after this, a case need to be assigned to a dedicated HR. So case logged, and because I don't want my information should be seen by anybody else. Might be I'm putting some medical stuff, have some weird kind of a disease, but I don't want to be discussed openly publicly with everybody. Okay, so there are the rules for that assignment. It can be based on the skill. So this is another dot we are going to be discuss it. Now the third point which come under this, what do you think? What an HR do on the onboarding day? So karna kya? They onboard, they get the documentation, put it and done. No. HR need to be work multiple cases in a one go. Like if let's take example, I'm starting this batch and let's say on Monday morning, I say, guys, give me your email ID. I will add everybody in my Skype group. That is called the bulk cases. To overcome this problem, what I said from the last 4 days, guys, please join this group, please join this group, please join this group. So HR need to work on the bulk cases as well. Bulk cases means appraisal is done and now they have to be released the new offers or the corrections or increment letters. अब ये क्या है? ये बल्क है क्योंकि in the company of 1 lakh or 2 lakh people, it's not possible to upload everything one by one. So they do the bulk cases and then you get your documentation. Nowadays, sometimes that increment letter has been come, you have to be digitally signed as well. So this has been tracked via the cases only. In the background, they have a record case because this need to be linked with the your document management. So bulk case is also one of the concept here. I'm again requesting if you're getting confused, that's fine. These dots will be cleared maximum by Monday or Tuesday on the ServiceNow domain, ServiceNow platform. Okay. Now these three are mainly the major parts here, but more than that. So under this we have a skill as well. We have to be define every HR as a skill. देखो अब यहाँ पर दो चीजें हैं. Two things are important here. One, the user. One is the HR. So again, don't consider HR is everything. Every HR know everything. It's not a right term. Every HR has its own skill set. This is what is come here. In my team, I have 5 HRs, 2 are from the talent acquisition, 2 are in the payroll. How I define? I define or how differentiate? I differentiate on the basis of their skill. And in ServiceNow, I can put the skill mapping so that if any case has been logged as per the case type, it match with the skill and then it go to the right HR because information is sensitive here. You can't play with anybody's information openly or anybody. Okay, ji, clear? Then Little bit about the Pro ECS. Definitely you can create request. You can see the catalog items. Request means you need the policies, not able to find out. So you can log a request for the same. You need the text documentation.
So here, what is the difference between catalog and request? Both are the same.
Catalog, it is a catalog item which you build. You join a new company and you want to enroll yourself for the insurance. You have to submit the request by using one catalog item.
So here request is also a catalog item in the module.
नहीं, request उसके बाद आती है अनिश. Catalog item जब submit होते हैं तब request generate होती है.
Yeah. Yes. Like part of workflow.
Right. मतलब concepts like similar manner, but technically these are two different concepts. ठीक है. So you can use catalog items to log a request. Enrollment है, medical enrollment है, insurance enrollment है, reimbursement है, taxation forms आपको चाहिए, insurance policies increase करनी है, premium increase करना है, nominees add करने हैं, pensions transfers करनी है, pensions nominees डालने हैं. So you can do these things here. You want to add or update your personal details as well. Bachelor, then you're married, or dependents are there now. So all the things you can log a catalog, you can log a request via the catalog item and submit it. Then manager hub. Bhaiya, employee is employee, but in employee there are managers. Mainly two things: employee and manager. Because if I'm a manager, then definitely I'm an employee as well, and someone on me at the top is my manager. So manager hub is the one where a manager can see their assigned or mapped employees, their leave, their relocation, their onboarding, their offboarding concept for their own employees, whom are reported to whom as a manager. It means if I am talking that Anish is manager, then definitely in the system there should be some identifier which can tell that yes, Anish is a manager. If there's no identifier, then Rashmi and Anish both are employee. But if Anish or Rashmi hold the manager as might be drop down in the designation, might be a flag in their profile, is called which certified that yes, or which not certified, which say that yes, he's manager. Only then you can use the manager hub. Otherwise, no. So restrictions are here now, Anish. If I promoted to the manager level, I can get these things. Okay, so in the manager hub, a manager can see all these things, and we have to be installed the plugins for the same as well. Manager hub plugin. Isliye in the HRSD, lot of plugins are there. Multiple plugins for the multiple stuff. And intentionally, I did not put any plugin because I want to be install it with you to show you that what it's coming in the picture. Okay. Now what I can say. Okay, one more thing which will there. Now, Anish joined a company, or let's say Anish ka to bahut example ho gaye. Let's give it a little rest to Anish. Nanda and Rashmi joined a new company. Okay. And now they are more interested in the dance and theater. And they're looking for some kind of a group in the company. Small company, you can still easily find out. So when I was in Accenture, I was leading a team of called the GPTW of the theater perspective. So we have a different forum. If anybody want to join theater group, please contact Atul Grover or please drop an email to this particular email ID. So in the ECS portal, We can design the forum as well. Dance forum, skating forum, outing forum, science fiction novel forum, any forum you can design it. And then you can ask people to join that. The only purpose is that to build the networking. And this concept is not available in the service portal. Even I guess it's not available in the ECS. It is only available in the ECS Pro only. Okay. Now HR want to run a campaign. Fill or do your self inputs, guys. Or medical benefits are open. Please do this particular part. So they can run the campaigns and they can display on the ECS portal. But few campaigns are run only for the few set of people. People who are less than in a company have to be update their nominee details. So they run a campaign kind of things. People who join after 31st March 2024 and between 31st July 2024 have to do their inputs on this particular part. So they run the campaigns. Campaign कब trigger करना है, कहाँ trigger करना है, what user base should be there, what audience should be there. These all will have to be defined it. And this is what you can show here on this particular part. Okay. Now one more thing. Onboarding we have discussed. What about the offboarding? So this is what for this batch as well. When this batch will be over, what happened with the participants? So I have another WhatsApp group called the alumni. I will add you all in that alumni group. The same concept applicable here as well. Someone left a company and want to be access few documents, want to be see the job openings. And nowadays companies also get in touch their alumni as well. You want to be come back, we have these openings and everything. So ServiceNow provide an alumni portal as well for the people who left out the company, because your final settlement will be done after a few days. You left out and then you cannot access the internal portals. So you can access those things, your salary slips, upcoming salary slips, your final settlements, your taxation documentation, your pension documentation, you can access via portal. And that is called alumni portal. So this is also comes with this particular concept. Okay, definitely knowledge management is there now, which is everywhere. CSM may be, ITSM may be, और यहाँ पर भी है. ठीक है, these things. Will not proceed further now. Any question till this point? So we are discussing something on this particular part, or might be these particular things we're discussing now. HR case, employee journeys, ECS form. हम थोड़ा सा ये डिस्कस कर रहे हैं अभी. And then we'll go to this. जो हमने भी डिस्कस किया 5-6 चीजें वही है. HR admin है, life cycle event है, portal admin, integration admin, and these things. Then we'll go for this particular part. ये देखो ये बल्क केसेस जो हमने डिस्कस किया, ऑटो असाइनमेंट, डैशबोर्ड्स, these things. ECS portal, forum, campaigns, and prompts. We'll discuss this thing prompts as well. And this is your alumni portal. तो ये सब dots हैं अभी. And next week, the dots will be get connected with each other. And then we go in the background, in the backend, that how it has been designed, how it has been working. So any last question? Or any question before I say last question? Any question before you stop the recording?
Sir, do we install all these plugins in our instance?
Yes. Which are possibly available, will install.
Okay.
I will get the.
Sorry, who? Arafat, yes, tell me, Arafat.
I mean, those plugins you will send a list of the plugins to install.
We will discuss in the class only.
Okay.
That is the reason I did not install those plugin, because I want to, when we start, we'll see what plugin is this, and then we'll activate that plugin.
Okay, sure.
Because when I was doing this training, there's a lot of plugins. Even I got confused at what plugin is there for which purpose. So we'll go step by step for one application, for one module, what plugin is required, we'll install that and we'll see. ठीक है जी? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop recording and take attendance now.